What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Weekly Review. Today I got an exciting video. We're going to be doing a pulse chain analysis on price predictions. We're going to be comparing it to the Solana chart. I think they have a lot of similarities, and we're going to come up with a price after 6 months and a pulse price after 2 years. Sorry, I've been away for 4 days. That's a bit long between videos, but I was at the cabin. I took my Maserati out and did some adventuring with UTVs. I'll show you a little bit of a clip. Don't worry, it's only 30 seconds long.
It gripped hard.
Well, I hope you got a kick out of that. Let's jump straight into some crypto news and charts.
You big all sus, yeah. I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my chair looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want a 2-step. Who next? This week I be on the moon next. Stock going up like 2x. That's a fast flip like suplex. 2 really stepping like a duplex. You bet never lose change, but I do flex on it.
Before we talk about pulse chain, let's go ahead and look at some charts. We got Bitcoin on the daily chart. Respecting the 89 period moving average, I do expect this to get taken out. We got a bearish engulfing candle. We are in a daily downtrend. We have been in a low liquidity weekend dumping, so when the market's open, there should be some sort of buy the dip situation. If we reject again, I could see us going down all the way down to 41.9 and even 39.9. That's definitely 100% of a buy. Why? Because the trend is your friend and we have a golden cross here, and I am still thinking that we are going up. I do not think that we are going in a bear market until these charts show me otherwise. Look at this. We got the stochastic RSI all the way down at 14. I mean, we are ready for a bounce. I am almost certain we're going to have a Monday bounce day, and also the RSI is nice and cool. There is no reason why we cannot bounce on this chart. Ethereum doing the same thing, just a little bit stronger. This is the 55 period moving average. We have a big nasty candle. I could say a good price to buy Ethereum would be about 27.16 or at the 200 at 25.49. That is definitely 100% a buy. Sol also even stronger than Ethereum, even after all the FUD. It looks like a good buy would be about 126. I think we might chop down to this pivot or at least wick down before we go up. Let's take a look at Hex. Oh my goodness, Hex on the weekly chart just doesn't make any even sense. We can't even see the pivots at this point. I think Hex, if it ever was to chop down on the weekly, I mean 20 cents, I'm buying a lot at 20 cents. Let's look at Hex on the daily chart. Hex daily looks like we set a new all-time high at about 51.79, maybe a little bit higher on some other exchanges or different versions of Uniswap. It looks like it is respecting this pivot and the 21 exponential moving average, doing a little bit of a retracement. Let's hope this thing still keeps going. I did see a few things on Twitter where the snapshot could be announced in the next couple of weeks. It'd be about a week and a half at this point since I've read it. All right, guys, let's take a look at pulse chain predictions. In life, there are no certainties. There are only probabilities. And I thought a good way to calculate some probabilities for pulse price action is to compare it directly to Solana. Now, Pulse is a whole different animal. It is a complete full blockchain with all your NFTs, all your S coins from Ethereum directly on another chain that is higher throughput and is bigger and badder. Even though Pulse Chain will have all of your favorite dApps and Solana is pretty much a ghost town, Solana is an FTX S coin and they have a ton of hype and a bunch of money. So I think that they're actually fairly comparable. First, we need to figure out what the Pulse Chain price would be per token if Pulse Chain was an ICO, which it wasn't. It was a sacrifice phase. But at the time of the sacrifice, Ethereum was actually $2,600. That was August 2nd of 2021. And as you know, Pulse is designed to have 10,000 more tokens. So if you take 2,600 divided by 10,000, you get 26 cents. So if there was an ICO, which there wasn't for Pulse, it would be roughly 26 cents per token. So if we look at the Solana chart with our hypothetical analysis and juxtapose the Pulse price onto the Solana price, it looks like it opened up at a 4x. That would give us a $1.04 opening price for Pulse. And if we follow along, the next 11 days, there was some downside action and a lot of people sold the bottom over here, minus 45% at 51 cents. It's still over a 2x. That's like a 2.3x. That is a powerful, powerful move. And I think that Pulse can do the same thing, if not better. So in Pulse terms, that means we open at a 4x at about $1.04, and then after a week, we grind all the way down to about 45 cents. Do not sell the bottom. And that means even if the bottom is at a 2x, I think sometimes you have to have stronger hands to hold profits than you do to sell the bottom. Because take it from me, I got into Hex in February 2020 and I sold a lot of my bag at 0.003. I thought I was a genius trader, and as you know, it just kept running like crazy. I used to be a Swift squid, now I am not. As you know, Swift squids are millionaires right now. I'm doing very, very well on Hex and still have a lot, but I sold a little bit too early. So learn from my mistakes. You have to decide, do you believe in the project or not? If you do, you have to hold long term. The longer you hold, the more rich you get. And also, it's a bet on Richard Hart, which he has proven that he hasn't dumped, he hasn't exit scammed, and he is promoting the project very well. So it's a big bet on Richard Hart. It's also a big bet on Hexicans, which it is a great community. I see some of these guys on Twitter, they're like wrapping their cars with Hex.com vinyl wraps, flying Hex.com banners at concerts and stuff. It's definitely a cool community to be a part of. Let's continue on with our analysis. As you know, I trade the 21 exponential moving average, which is this white line. And as you can see, it is rejecting it right here in this area, which means it's technically in a daily downtrend. And right here, it starts getting support, and it actually sold down to the 55 EMA, tested that new line, and then it was off to the moon. So let's see, how long has it been before it went back to its launch price? It looks like we have a candle here. It looks like it was about 80 days. So it's sold off for almost 3 months and in profit. So let's take a look at from the listing price to its first blow off top. We have a 4x, 400% from its listing price, which was already 4x. So we're talking about an 8x in 144 days. So let's talk about that in Pulse terms. In Pulse terms, another 4x would give us a $4.16 roughly price. I predict that Pulse will be $4 in 150 days after launch. And if you think that's impressive, you haven't seen anything yet, because off of this blow off top, we have a correction of about 108 days. That is a very, very long time. And a lot of people have sold the bottom, but this thing is not done. It is pumping hard. And I'm talking from the launch price to the next top is about another 55x. So that's 59x total. That is insane. And that is how long? It did a 55x in a little over a year at about 401 days. And I think Pulse can do the same, if not stronger. I know it sounds crazy, but it can happen. So let's figure this out in Pulse terms. Let's do the whole thing. We have the initial price, which is a 4x plus 20,000%. So let's go ahead and say a 204x in how long? Let's take another look. In almost 2 years. That's incredible. And I think that Pulse Chain can do it. Why? Because Solana is an empty chain, no dApp, all hype chain. And Pulse Chain has all your NFTs, all your favorite coins off of Ethereum. It is the biggest airdrop in the world, and I think it's going to be adopted much faster. I think a 200x in 2 years is super, super easy for Pulse. That is my prediction. I think that Pulse Chain is going to be right around 50 bucks in 2 years. So like and subscribe and let me know if I'm right or crazy.
I think it's doable.
All right, now with my predictions all wrapped up, let's jump right into the news. Ripple has no plans to settle with SEC over XRP. They are confident Gensler will drop the lawsuit. I think that's pretty brave, especially inside this environment right now. They're going after Binance. They're going after OpenSea for insider trading. They're talking about going after insider trading for JPEGs with a serial number. It just blows my mind completely. I don't know what the Ripple's legal team has in store, but it better be pretty strong to go up against Gensler right now in this age of crypto crackdowns. The XRP legal team is fighting back, saying that Gary Gensler is picking winners and losers in the crypto business and is deterring innovation. Of course, Gary Gensler thinks otherwise, and I think they want to slap him with a big fine for selling the security token that's known as XRP. But as much as people hate XRP in this space, we want them to win because this is going to set a precedent for all token sales, and they're going to go after everybody. So we better hope that they actually defeat the SEC, and it seems like they are all in. They do not want to pay any fines and move on. They're going to fight this tooth and nail to the end, which is good, so they can keep the SEC occupied as long as possible, in my opinion. There is quite a bit of arrests going on right now in the world over cryptocurrency. The authorities are finally catching up to some of these scammers, some of these insider traders. They're cracking down hard, but the world is so screwed up, and the United States has printed so much money. People are fleeing out of the dollar, and what they're trying to do is slow that down. In my opinion, I think they want central bank digital currencies, and they're going to start cleaning up house right here, so don't be on the radar. We all know the real criminals here are the authorities themselves. The only way they can taper inflation is by reverse repos, and the only way they can get money out of the system is taxing the rich, so they're double dipping. It's really a sad thing, so if you want financial freedom, you are a criminal. On a lighter note, the Bitcoin hash rate climbs 128% over 83 days, and the network's mystery miners disappear. Approximately 83 days ago, or over 2 months ago, Bitcoin hash rate had slid to a low of 69 exahash per second on June 28th. The slide was initiated by a crackdown in China against Chinese mining operations, and a great majority of facilities were forced to relocate. So what happened was the Chinese shut down the miners, and there was a giant drop in the hash rate, and Bitcoin did what it was designed to do. It automatically adjusted its difficulty ribbon, and a lot of new miners came online, and those old stealth miners, the unknown hash rate was mostly disappeared during the course of the 89 days. Well, guess what? When they relocate those miners and turn them on, the hash rate is going to be at absolute all-time highs, which is good for crypto because it raises the difficulty ribbon and the cost of mining of Bitcoin so that the miners are not dumping the price to crazy lows. And some other good news, AMC to accept Bitcoin and crypto for payment. Are NFTs and commemorative tickets next? Probably, but it's a little bit odd. As we know, AMC is a complete meme stock. Wall Street Bets has been pumping this thing to the moon, and now look, they're embracing the community completely because what happened? They announced this week that AMC Entertainment Holdings will accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash as transaction payments, which upset the Doge community because their meme coin was not accepted. Are NFTs next? Of course they are. There's going to be all kinds of memorabilia and tickets in NFT form with your serial number that you can keep and or trade. It's a very, very cool thing, but it's a little bit meme stockish, and it's a little bit like they want to pump their stock price even higher than it's already pumping. The only weird thing is AMC movies, they're kind of dead in 2021. You know, we have the Coof, and all of the movies are super woke. They're very, very focused on like one crowd of the American population. So it's kind of weird because nobody's going to the movies. In the next segment, we talk about wrecked plebes. That's someone who got destroyed in this crazy, volatile, Wild West market. And we only do it so that you don't get wrecked, and you got to watch your back because right here, AT&T is getting sued after a security breach that led to a theft of cryptocurrencies. AT&T was unable to contain the security breach until the next day, enabling wrongdoers to drain the plaintiff's account. Basically, what they do is they call into AT&T with your phone number, and then they pretend to be you, and then they try to authorize another SIM. Once they have your SIM, they try to get into your wallets and drain it, and that's what happened. After he got SIM swapped, the price of Ether reached up to $4,200 per coin. In the court document notes, at the time of the writing, the ETH price had fallen to $3,300. But anyways, this guy ended up losing 159 ETH. That's life-changing money. So make sure you don't have your phone number out there. I don't leave them anywhere. Even when I check out at a store, they ask me for my phone number. I just deny it because these people will hack your ass, and AT&T is a bunch of incompetent idiots, and they will give away your SIM card and you will lose your cryptocurrency. So definitely watch your back out there. Hey guys, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to have a big Hex giveaway, 1,000 Hex at 100 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.